So here we are with our little trees, our happy little trees. Oh, so are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
We're recording.
Hi! Welcome. This is how much of the tree we have done.
This is our tree.
I added these pieces that were returned since we did our last video.
Oh yeah, those are new, aren't they?
Look at that. I think it's watermelon.
Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah. And this one, it says the sun always comes up or back. I'm not sure. But it's very hopeful.
Yes, the sun will come up tomorrow.
It goes well with the live in peace and harmony and the friendship one.
Yeah.
We're having a very positive, uplifting theme so far.
Yes. I drew these on the side of a bottle, and you can make entire palm fronds out of like one side of it. So if we put these on here, we could line these up. I cut this one to be the end, but you could just as easily cut a bunch of these too.
So it won't have that middle one.
Right. And then you could decorate these any way you want. In fact, we should like hand that out. So see how I did that?
I see.
And it like went down that way. So what we want to do, I think, is first of all take the top off. And
would it help to tape it to the bottle?
you know, it probably would. Yes, you
What
were
if I
right,
hold the
Carla.
bottle for you while
There you go. That's a great idea. All right, so I don't want this part. I just want this part, right? So what I'm going to do, and we're going to keep in mind that this is just, I just want the bottom one, quite honestly. Yeah. And what I almost want to do is keep repeating this bottom one all the way up. You know what I mean? Because the next one will be a little bit too, just approximate that. So I move this up here. And then you can kind of see how you're going to have to do a right there. And it doesn't matter if these are really badly drawn, because Carla and I have figured out that you can like remove this stuff very easily if you use rubbing alcohol, which I've got lots of.
And I would like to point out the way that Catherine figured out a way to use the symmetry of this particular portion of the jug. It has a line going down and then almost like a spine in this case for the leaves, and then pieces coming off of each side, and that matches perfectly with the line of the jug where the sides come off in each direction symmetrically. And I think that's brilliant.
Brilliant. It's so nice to have someone refer to me as brilliant, because usually they're saying, Catherine, what were you thinking? All right, so I'm thinking that this is probably as far as we want to go because the curve changes.
Right.
And we don't want the curve to change too much. So.
Oh, another thing I wanted to mention about these leaves that Catherine drew is that she did not just invent them out of her head. She did research.
Yes, I
did.
did.
To see what palm fronds really look like.
Yes.
Have you mentioned yet our plan about doing the palmetto? Or
actually the palmetto was like kind of your conception. Carla was looking at this and said, wow, that strongly resembles a palmetto. So what we're going to do is we're going to get another one of these tomato cages, and we're going to turn it upside down, and we're going to fit it to the top of this so that this tapers up to a narrow waist and then comes out again. Now we're going to add these to it and put these on. So you guys are going to get to color these, which will be really cool.
And it also means we're going to need more of these pieces.
Yes.
And since we're going to use one the same size, we could use the same templates. We'll just be flipping them upside down. I've already handed a few out. Also, it wasn't my original, well, the palmetto tree was my idea, but it was inspired because a wonderful parent came and saw this and said, what if you put another one on top upside down? And I said, then it would look like a palmetto tree. And that's where I started making my geometric leaves to test out the idea. And they have, I don't know if you can see it sitting on the table, but it's sitting here with a little bit of a bend in it.
Yeah.
So it has this really nice a realistic curve in it that makes it look more like real leaves, which again works perfectly with part of the bottle that Cathren used.
Yeah, I'll cut that out. And should we put together another section? Do we have enough to do that?
We have. I've been getting a lot of pieces returned, so thank you very much. So we have the pieces to do another section here.
Okay. So you can start that while I'm cutting this out.
Sure. So I have this one. And this one looks kind of like it has stars on it.
Oh yeah, it does.
And then I have this piece. Now I have two sets of the part that goes with it. So I'm gonna decide which ones would go best. Oh, this one, I believe a young man named Wallace colored this one, and it appears that he drew an R on it for Wallace.
Oh.
However, he wrote it upside down. But conveniently, we are going to need upside down pieces, so I'm going to save this one for up here.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And then we'll have a right side up bar.
That's right.
Ooh, these are nice. Look at these concentric.
Ooh.
Very geometric. Oh, and this says.
Oh wow, that was really cool.
Yeah. It says something.
Linda. No,
Lindsay. Oh, it's
Lindsay.
Lindsay. It must be. Oh, I know who made this. I know Lindsay. Put her name on it. That's so neat. The colors are nice and bold. I think I'm gonna do a combination of these. This was Carla's and Vivian's work. They worked together. They're brother and sister. What do you think about this arrangement? I have these two here, but
oh no, we've got a lot that are light.
yes, I don't have any others at the bottom right now. I suppose we could wait, but that's why I thought maybe. I mean, I guess I could switch both of these out and have it be kind of light on the bottom, dark on the top.
Yes, it does look somewhat balanced though, doesn't
I
it?
kind of thought maybe having one dark on top. I suppose we could put this one
We
in.
need another dark on the bottom.
Yeah. Don't have any more of those. No.
You know what I do sometimes when I get sparse designs? I will supplement it by adding repeats of whatever design the person did on it, so that like I'll do the same symbol and then I'll do it again and I'll do it. Yeah, because that way you haven't actually violated what the person wants.
Right.
You've amplified what the person wants.
Good idea. And then it will balance it out really nicely.
Yeah, the thing is, when you do modifications on existing art, I've had to do this a lot because I've done giant flags where you had to make 326 pieces like work with each other, right? So you find yourself having to enhance and do things to them. If you really study the piece and understand the nature of it, you can always enhance it in a way that the person who did it will not object to in the slightest.
So I'll put a couple more pieces, like 2 more, and then put a ring,
some color behind it. Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
And whoever did that one, we really, really like your symbol.
Yes.
So we have no desire to change it. We just want to enhance your piece so that it fits with the rest of the tree.
Oh, it's darker.
It works!
Ooh, it's beautiful.
Whoa! I'm excited. The stuff I do hardly ever works the first time. I usually have to try it over and over.
So I'm thinking I'm going to use the same blue and yellow for the symbol and then do different colors in the back.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Now I'm wondering, Carla, when people color these, how do you think they're going to color them? It's going to be so interesting. I bet, well, the thing is, I can never imagine what somebody's going to do with these. And every time we get them, it's kind of like an, oh, that's so cool.
I think it's going to be very interesting. I think we might see some words written on here.
Ooh, that would be so cool. So, let me ask you, do you think we should make a template from that at this point?
I think so, yeah.
Alrighty, so I have a piece of paper that has got a template on one side of it that I'm not using. So I am going to make a template for these on this side of the binder. And I've got these little, these were my practice leaves, and I didn't have them connected. And then I said to myself, wow, instead of like worrying whether they're going to fit, why don't I just do that?
It'll also make it easier to attach them to the worm.
Much easier, yes. And more like real palm leaves too, because in real palm leaves, they're all attached. So,
well, I tried to match the style.
I think you did a very good job.
There is a third thing here.
Okay, yeah, no, I think you did a good job. That never happened to me.
I think I'm gonna do pink and green.
Ooh, I love pink and green. There we go. Now we have our palm frond pattern.
Oh, very nice.
Should I cut it out?
Might as well.
Might as well. Oh, now see, I think that looks lovely. And I think that the intent of the artist is well preserved in there.
I hope so. I tried to match the same style with the background colors as the symbol is. I like it.
Ooh, I love it. Very nice. So let's see how it looks with our other ones.
Oh. That looks good.
I do too.
Alright, I will start the symbol. I really, you know what this one reminds me of? I believe this was also Rollis and Vivian's work. This reminds me of the picture book. I believe it's called The Dot.
And what's this one right here? Oh,
Okay.
is this it? The Dot?
This is
Yes.
not the book I was thinking of. The book I was thinking of is called Art by Patrick McDonald. I believe that was the correct author's name. But this is very similar in concept and the style of the art. This is called The Dot, and this is by Peter H. Reynolds. And this is also about a kid who is not confident in her artwork. And so her teacher suggests she start by just making a mark on the paper. Her name is Vashti, the girl. She just can't draw, she says. And her teacher says, just make a mark and see where it takes you. So she just marks her paper. A good strong jab. Teacher looks at it and says, now sign it. So Vashti thought for a moment, well, maybe I can draw, but I can't draw, but I can sign my name. She signs her name. Teacher frames it and puts it up behind her desk. And then Vashti thinks, well, if my work is going to be on the wall, I bet I can make a better dot than that. So she starts making lots of different kinds of dots with different colors and different sizes. She makes a knot dot.
Oh, I like the knot dot.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole gallery of her dot artwork. And then there's a kid that says, wow, you're a really great artist. I wish I could draw. And she says, I bet you can. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, he says. Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. Show me. The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, sign it.
Aw, I like that.
Isn't that sweet?
That is sweet.
And that's what this reminds me of The Dot, but it also reminds me of the book Art, where a kid makes blotches and splotches. The line blotches and splotches is always in my head. from reading this
Blotches and
book
splotches. I
called
like that.
Art. It's about a boy named Art who likes art. So anyway, that's what this one makes me think of, because it is very splotchy.
I
and
like
beautiful.
that. Well, for years women weren't allowed to vote in this country, and then we got the vote. You know, these days, I think probably any woman growing up as a little girl in this generation find it odd how women used to be considered a whole separate part of the population.
Yeah.
Because that really just,
It was only, 100 years ago
yep.
when women got the right to vote, when they started wearing pants.
Oh,
They used to not be allowed to wear pants.
want to know something? When I was,
Dresses, not like going around naked.
yeah, but when I was a little girl in high school, you weren't allowed to wear pants. And we changed the rules in the school by defiantly wearing pants when I was in my junior year of high school, and I got suspended for wearing pants. But enough people did it that they decided, well, I guess it's time we allowed girls to wear pants.
You know what that's called? That's called civil disobedience.
Civil disobedience, yes,
Where
indeed.
you intentionally break a rule or a law because you believe it is wrong and it's not hurting anyone, and you might even be doing it so you'll get in trouble so people will notice that there's a problem.
Right.
Because when a certain number of people start getting in trouble for the same thing, people start to notice that it might be the thing itself that's not really that big of a deal.
You know who used that to his advantage? Was Martin Luther King and the Children's March.
Sure
Surely
did.
you've heard of the Children's March.
I just watched a beautiful documentary about it.
That was the, yeah, I saw that video, I saw that movie at the Institute for the Study of Nonviolence in Providence when I did nonviolence training. And boy, that changed my view on things for the rest of my life.
You know, you might be aware that just a couple weeks ago, Representative John Lewis passed away.
Yes.
What
a great man.
Yes, and you might, if you like reading graphic novels, you might know his graphic novel series called March, books 1, 2, and 3, about his experience marching in civil rights movement.
Oh, he got his head bashed in, didn't he?
Did. And
wow.
when I heard that he had passed away, I made a display, and it's over here. So if you come in the library, you'll see it.
Oh,
It's got pictures of him and books with him mentioned in the one biography. And I printed out quotes from something that he wrote. I believe it was in 2016. He wrote "Note to Self" or "Note to Myself," and he wrote a letter to his younger self, talking about all the things that he was going to go through in the pursuit of equal rights.
Wow.
And he described getting his head bashed in. He described getting arrested for the first time.
All before it happened, or
He's talking about
Oh,
going
okay.
back. He's
going back?
presently talking to his younger self, and he described all these things that happened, and how it would be really hard, but he would get through it. And even though he went to the library when he was a kid, he and his family went to the library to all get library cards, and they were denied library cards because they were black. He said, that's going to happen, and that's going to be really tough for you, but don't worry, because in a little while you will become a national representative in Congress, and then you'll go back and you'll get a library card at your book signing at that same library. So it was really beautiful. So I printed out some of those quotes from that, and I put them in the display, and it's really cool. So you can come take a look at it, and we have some free Black Lives Matter pins to give away also.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of short.
Deeply disturbed. Oh, look at that. That fits so much better than I thought it would.
And then I'll have to tighten here and here and then just redo these maybe a little.
Oh, that looks great.
But I'm only doing one, that's too short. I'm only doing one square knot on each of these right now, and I'll go back and try the second one after I know everything's where I want.
Aha.
Because you did point out how easy it is to untie a square knot if it's only got one like this.
That's true.
Since I've gotten better at these square knots, I know how I do them. I know that on the first cross, I cross the left string behind the right, and on the second one, I cross it in front of the right. So that means if I untie the knot, I only have to untie the first one, because I know that the first knot is left behind right, and the second one will have to be right behind left. So I don't have to go back and investigate how the knot was tied, because I can develop a repetitive thing.
Well, you really know knots.
I do. Just that one anyway.
You're getting whacked in the head by palmetto spines with no palmettos on. And here we have our gorgeous tree, which is growing by the week.
And the more pieces that get brought in, the more I can put on, and I can put them on between my visits with Catherine, so you don't have to wait until she comes back to add more.
Right.
The more I get done, the faster this moves, and the sooner the tree is completed.
That's right. Ooh, and we're going to be handing out palm leaves now.
Yes.
And those are exciting because whoever gets these gets a really big piece. And yeah, we're not going to tell you what to do with those, but it would be really cool if it were so.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. So, ooh, can you imagine making little plastic bugs to put on the tree?
I have suggested that. I've said if anyone is interested in making beetles, ladybugs, or butterflies, or fairies,
Oh,
out
yeah.
of plastic, we will find a way to attach them. Or we might hang them. You can do whatever you want.
Yes, bees buzzing around.
Oh, bees!
Butterflies!
Yeah.
Oh, butterflies! Oh, butterflies would be so cool with this. Yes, I can just see them in my mind's eye now. So fun.
And if you've already colored and returned your pieces, or are currently coloring, you can still come and get some of the leaves to color also.
Oh,
can
yeah,
do
you can.
More than one. I already have some people who've done repeated, and we're getting a lot accomplished that way.
And lots of stuff for you
Yeah, lots
to
of
do.
things
So, hey, so good job, Carla.
Thank you. Good job, Catherine.
And
See you next time.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.